Are you tired of wasting money on leads that go nowhere? Leads that string you along, taking up all your time and resources? Well, no worries, because in today's video, we're going to be going over the exact strategies and blueprint that you can use to qualify leads that are entering your pipeline. So, the first thing that we want to do is we want to set realistic expectations. So, any marketing guru who's telling you that they're going to give you 100% qualified leads, it's impossible, right? What we want to do is we want to create strategic resistance throughout our lead generation process. And strategic resistance filters out low intent leads, identifies serious potential customers, and saves you precious time and energy. So you might be wondering, what is strategic resistance, right? So there's good resistance and bad resistance. Bad resistance is basically filtering out people who are qualified, right? You're creating too much resistance in the process. And then there's also good resistance, which you're basically filtering out everybody who's unqualified, right? Um, so yeah, all leads, filter low intent leads, identify serious customers, efficient resource use. This is typically the way that we want to go about it, right? So the hidden costs of unqualified leads. So this might feel like common sense to a lot of people, but it's always worth saying. Sometimes we get so busy, like chasing the next paycheck or task, that we lose sight of what's truly worth our time. So, for example, if your time is worth $50 an hour and you spend 30 minutes on an unqualified lead, that's $25 each unqualified lead is costing you, right? This is easy to dismiss when you're solely focusing on lowering your cost per lead. That's why I mainly mention this for cost per lead. If you're getting a $5 cost per lead, but you're spending hours and hours a week just filtering through these bad leads, that's not a $5 cost per lead. You need to keep into account the hidden costs, right? So, the science behind lead qualification. So what's more valuable to your business? 20 random leads that waste your day, or 10 high quality leads that are ready to book an in-home consultation, right? What we want to do is we want to ask more qualifying questions in our form, right? Whether that's landing page or just opt-in form, lead form, whatever it is, right? So the key is finding a balance in the amount of questions that you ask. I find that too little resistance is 1 to 3 questions, right? Just name, email, maybe that's just it, right? And then easy to complete, but it may attract unqualified leads. Too much resistance is 7+ questions. You risk annoying interested buyers. And then the perfect resistance that I found is about 4 to 7 questions, and that filters for quality while maintaining interest. So our aim is to maximize quality over quantity, but preferably both. So the next, or right here, we've got a graphic on kind of like the thought process that customers go through whenever they see your landing page, depending on the amount of questions that you're asking. So too few, this doesn't feel specific. Maybe I'll keep the offer for next year. Let's see what happens. The perfect amount, 4 to 7. This information feels relevant. They seem to care about the details. This won't take that long. And then too many questions. I don't have time for this. This feels intrusive. I'll come back later. So what is a landing page? I was kind of confused. I know this seems like something that would be simple, but I was kind of confused on what this is early on in my journey. Landing page, website, they're kind of similar, but there are some nuances there. So a landing page is a web page made specifically for marketing or ad campaigns. It has no menus or extra links to avoid distractions, and visitors go to it after clicking on an ad, email, or any other marketing link, right? And then the primary focus is it encourages visitors to take a single specific action, sign up, request a quote, make a purchase. You want it to be very straightforward what they need to do. The issue with websites, as I talk about right here, is it's overwhelming. There's too many options. They're going to start navigating. If you have a Shopify integrated with your website, they'll just start clicking around. They'll get confused. They won't know what the next step is to do, or they'll just get distracted. Also, a website's got slower load times, which actually hurts your conversions whenever it comes to running paid ads. And then also a diluted message. It makes people hard to understand what your offer is. and then unclear call to action, which I just previously mentioned, right? So what is a lead form? A lead form is a digital form that captures potential customer information. It automatically pulls user information from their Facegram or their Facebook/Instagram profile to pre-fill the leads, and then users see it immediately after clicking on your ad without leaving Meta platforms. So this is pretty typical, pretty straightforward. Whenever you're, scrolling on Instagram Reels or Facebook or whatever, and then you click on an ad. Hopefully you're not scrolling too much, but you click on an ad and they just have a page there. You don't have to go to another site. You don't need to do anything else. It's just right there. That's basically what a lead form is. Um, Now, the most important part here, the differences between landing pages and lead forms, right? So landing page is lower quantity, higher quality leads. It's a higher cost per lead, right? But it's more quality leads. And then you also have more control over the user experience. But with more control comes more responsibility. Since you can choose what the prospect sees when they visit your page, there's a chance you ruin it. However, if you utilize testimonials and status effectively, it can increase the user's confidence and trust in you. So basically what this means is landing page is you have control of all the different things that you can add in there, right? You can add in testimonials, reviews, you can add in different call to actions. Opt-in form is way more straightforward, or lead form, right? So lead form is higher quantity but lower quality leads. It's a lower cost per lead, lower quality data, faster load speeds since it is a single platform. They don't have to click on an external link. And then forms are automatically filled with users' Facebook details, making it quicker to complete. And then this is simple and effective. Users stay on the same page, reducing friction and makes it easy to fill out, sometimes without much thought, which is why it's a lower cost per lead. But by asking the right amount of questions, whether it's on the opt-in form or whether it's on the landing page, you'll be able to create enough of that good resistance we were talking about to filter out for quality responses. So just because I say lower cost per lead, on average, relative to landing pages, it doesn't mean it's always just going to be a bad lead, right? Um, so, oops. So which should you choose, landing page or lead form? So landing page will reiterate higher quality leads with more control, but requires careful design. And then lead form, higher volume, easier, cheaper leads, but lower quality and engagement, right? So both options can work effectively, but I'd always prefer that you use a simple opt-in page than a poorly designed landing page, right? So I've used both, and it really does come down to preference. What are the goals of your business? How much traffic you guys can handle? If you do have somebody on the phone that's willing to call up these leads that can potentially be unqualified, or if you're just more focused on only getting the best of the best, and your time is limited, right? So don't waste any more time overthinking it. If there's too much resistance towards creating the landing page, which I'm going to go over, then you can just go in and go in with the opt-in form is what I would do, right? So you might be wondering, okay, 4 to 7 questions is the correct amount to ask, but what are the essential questions to ask, right? So questions and information you can ask for: name, email, phone, zip code. These are key, right? And then, are you the homeowner? Yes or no? What is the estimated project budget? When are you looking to get started? Immediately, within 6 months, still planning? Tell us more about your projects: color, style, material. What type of property is this? Home, business? Have you purchased materials already? Yes or no? Best time to contact you. So you might be wondering, why don't I just ask all these questions? If I were you, I would just look at what questions really stand out to you, the information that you really want to know, and then pick about 4 to 7 of these. Right? I'd say this is a game changer. When are you looking to get started? Immediately, within 6 months, still planning. This is going to be showing basically how urgent your leads are to start a project with you. So next we got the lead qualification breakdown based off of this. So project details, it gathers specific project preferences. Project timeline, we're evaluating urgency here. Project budget assesses financial capacity, whether they can even afford your services, depending on how high ticket you are, or maybe their paradigm in terms of how much these things will cost isn't aligned with how much they actually do. And then home ownership status determines property ownership. And then personal information collects basic identity details. I won't keep boring you guys with that. Okay. So creating a landing page step by step. So I was going to teach you guys how to go into Webflow, which is the the website that we use to build our landing pages for Floor Vision Solutions. But I realized that's going to be too much resistance for you, and it would take forever. And then also, it's going to be very difficult, even if I show it to you on this video, for you to customize it. Right, customize it based on your brand colors and whatnot. So I decided that the highest ROI thing that you guys can do is, instead of building one yourself, I can just show you how to pay someone to do it for very cheap to build you just the landing page, right? So what we're going to do first is we're going to go to Fiverr. Okay. Once we're in Fiverr, we're going to click and type on the search bar landing page design for your specific niche, and then look for a freelancer in your budget, and then click continue. So we're going to do this real quick. I've got it right here. Remodeling landing page design. Scroll around. Let's say we'll just keep it simple. Let's say I like this one, right? If I were you, I'd look around a bit more, but I'm just going to do this to streamline the process of the video. Okay, so let's say I want the basic package, right? Just start remodeling landing page design. So we're going to press, instead of pressing continue, actually, we're going to press contact me. And we're not going to press ask a question. We're going to press get a quote. So here I have a prompt that we can use. So sending this message, basically, we're going to say, hey, freelancer name, I'm looking to get a custom landing page designed, and I'd appreciate your help. Here's what I'm looking for. About my company, I run X company name, whatever, remodeling, and I'd appreciate your help. Oh, sorry. For companies' assets, for you to get context and base the design off of social media, right? Because we want them to see our projects. Maybe they'll add a picture in there. Who knows? Reviews, testimonials, be able to say 365 5 stars, whatever your reputation is at in the current moment. A link to your website, because they want it to somewhat be aligned, right? It can't be too off color. And then the actual brand colors or guidelines or anything that you guys want to, any restrictions you guys want to place on the landing page. And then also, what I would do is I would look online. You can look on Meta Ad Library. You can just search up other remodeling businesses and find a landing page that you really like, right? And what you want to do is you want to say, here's a landing page I really like. Insert the link. Can you use this as a reference or create something similar, but for my brand based on assets I've shared? And then budget, you could pay just the full price, but if you're on a tight budget, I would say I'm working with a tight budget. What's the best price you can offer for this project? Maybe they'll give you a 30% discount. And then also, I'd appreciate if you could answer these questions for me. What's your timeline for a project like this? Just to know how long it would take them to get this up and running for you. Do you need anything else from me to get started? And then how many revisions do you typically offer with your design? This is such a important question, because if you ask this, if you preface before they make the landing page for you and they tell you a number for this, you'll be able to say, hey, I don't really like how this part looks, or this part looks, or this is going against our company's image or whatnot. And yeah, and then you could say, or and then whatever your ending line is, looking forward to hearing from you. Okay. All right. There we go. So I'll just, hey, experts. Hey, I'm looking to get, okay. This is pretty straightforward. Okay, once you place your order, when would you like your service delivered? 3 days, 7 days, other, and then what is your budget for the service? So here, if you're really on a tight budget, you can just mention a price there, right? All right, cool. So that's how I would go about it if I didn't know how to build a landing page. So landing page and lead form mistakes to avoid. Please don't ignore this, okay? This is the most important part of the video. If you're to take anything away from this video, I would listen to This part, you don't want to ask for the email, just the email. Do not take them to your website, please. Lack of clear next steps, broken links or buttons. I know that seems pretty obvious, but you don't know how many landing pages I've audited of other remodeling companies, and the buttons just didn't work. It's like you press book a call, but a calendar wouldn't even pop up. So just make sure everything is working, test it out. Don't just assume. Inconsistent branding slash messaging, what you say on the paid ad, in terms of your offer, right? You want to keep that consistent on the landing page. You don't want to say $3,000, or $3,000 is ridiculous, but $1,000 off. And then they go to the landing page and they don't see anything in regards to the discount, or uh, they don't see anything in regards to what you mentioned. And then complicated language. We don't want to be using a lot of jargon, right? We don't want to confuse them. We want it very straightforward, third grade reading level. And then asking too many or too few qualifying questions, not mobile friendly. Make sure after they create the landing page for you, to check what it looks like on mobile to make sure that everything works smoothly there and it looks good. And then also cluttered design. You don't want everything all cluttered. And then unclear or multiple call to actions. We want one call to action. Book a call, schedule a consultation, whatever the call to action is. Make sure it's not multiple things. And then common landing page mistakes. Everything I just previously mentioned here, just in a graphic form. That marks the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to find this landing page lead qualification guide, it'll be found in our free remodeling and lead generation training, which is in the description. And you can also book a call there if you're interested in working with us. Thank you so much for watching.